Hey everyone, welcome to the Crypto Beach. Today we've got Marta. She's here with us to talk about her experience getting into Bitcoin. She's the mother of a few children, I think two kids,
Two
sorry,
kids.
two kids. And she's gotten into crypto, so she's here to tell her story. So without further ado, Marta, go ahead and take it away.
Hi guys, lovely to be here. I'm really glad Ike has invited me. I can share my story. So basically, I think a lot of people were in the same boat with the COVID boredom. They during lockdown last year, I was just busy talking to a friend of mine about just everything, like, how things were going and whatever. And this news came on about aims about GME, the GameStop stock. And it was like, like a movie thing, like, oh my God, Big Short is happening in the real world. Like, they're doing something crazy here. And the whole story then was spun to like AMC, and we were just, chatting away and thinking, come here, we can make some money here. And yeah, the initiative actually came from a friend of mine who's much older than me. And when we were talking online, it was just meant to be some fun, obviously. But then it just became a bit of more of interest for both of us, where she actually suggested, you know what, we can actually make more money when we go into crypto. It's more, complicated. It's not as simple as just buying and leaving it. Like, this is basically going back what we thought at the start, So it was like, I suppose, for a lot of people right now wondering what it is like to be in crypto. This is how I felt about a year ago. And I didn't realize what it was going to be like, down the line, where I'm at the minute, So crypto wasn't the first thing, it was stock. I didn't spend much time on it. But once I got into crypto, it was a wild ride, may I say.
When you were trading stocks, how long were you doing that for?
I'd say it was only about a month, because I really didn't know what I was doing. I downloaded this app, I put some money in it. I remember even when I put money in there, I didn't even know how to sell. Like, I thought, oh God, what if I actually do make money or I lose money? What do I do to get that money out of that application? So it wasn't long. And I remember actually completely leaving that money in the app and moving into crypto. So the funny thing was that I actually ended up earning a little bit on the AMC stock, but I pulled out soon. I thought, okay, this isn't really going to go anywhere. Which it turned out later on, it was a make mistake. But this is
Yeah.
the story, a lot of mistakes, obviously at the start, and experience when you just don't realize. And but it was only a short while, it wasn't. Crypto was then the next thing, and stuck with it until today and forever.
So you mentioned that it's like more complex stock trading. What made it the most complex for you when you were getting
I
into it?
suppose I think with stock, the stock moves slower. Looking back now, I can see definitely the variations between a week ago or 2 weeks ago, or whatever, within a day. Whereas crypto moves in a volatile way. Like, you can get a move on a day with like 100%, whereas you won't get that unless a crazy thing, like again with GME and AMC happened, and it was coordinated by a group of people. And that's a completely different story. Obviously, it was newsworthy, it was made a big deal out of. Crypto, on the other hand, is like AMC and GME every day.
Mm. It is. There are a lot of ups and downs, you know.
Yes, yeah, it moves quickly. It takes turns, but yeah, there are ways to spot it. There are, opportunities to grab. Everything has its cycles and moves patterns and stuff like that. That became extremely like a part of something that really attracted me to crypto. I thought it is complicated, it looks crazy. What are all those vectors, everything that's moving so fast, and then how are people trading it? Other people are doing it. Well, I'm gonna give it a go.
So did your friend who suggested crypto, did she give you access to resources, tell you about the tools to use and things like that?
Um, I think, at the start, she was the one who was more keen on getting into it and researching it. And I thought, like, oh, that would have been like the first month, let's say, when we were still kind of doing EMC. And she was actually the one who suggested a lot of, because YouTube was never my thing, whereas she always watched videos on YouTube, and she would be sending me loads and loads of different like links of YouTubers to watch this, watch this, watch this. Whereas I would spend a lot more time on Twitter and get to know accounts over on Twitter. But it was actually her who was extremely like much more maybe interested in discovering it than me at the start. Now it turned. It's actually the other way around. we switched roles. She's still investing. She's still in it, but she's not as involved as I am.
Wow. So it sounds like you really have embraced crypto. What are some tips and tricks that, or maybe not tricks, but essentially things to watch out for people who are coming into it for the first time?
Funny you asked, because it was the first thing that I got caught with when I started doing crypto. It was Telegram groups and groups on Twitter, advertising, where you can make 1000x within a day, and they were called like pump groups. I can see this pattern emerging right now a lot. Actually, it's happening a lot on Discord, because I'm part of Discord as well.
Okay.
And a lot of advertisements like this coming in through your way. And obviously a lot of scammers who love to pretend they're big accounts and post picture, they pretend they're someone else who's I don't know, well, let's call them famous or an influencer. So watch out for those. But I would definitely stray away from anybody trying to sell you a quick way, tickets to becoming a millionaire overnight, where they tell you, we have this fabulous group, fantastic group. You're going to definitely make money here because we're going to pump those coins. Usually what happens is they pump before you enter, and you're always left without anything or losing a lot of money. It's 100% something I would make everybody aware of. Don't ever let anyone fool you like this. It is possible to make a lot of money in crypto, absolutely 100%, but it will take time, and it will take patience, and some at least basic education. It's not difficult once you start learning, but 100% don't get caught with anybody promising you overnight billions.
Okay, that's good advice. I agree. 100%. Those pump and dump groups really,
So lethal.
they leave you high and dry,
Yeah, and I got caught a few times. Unfortunately, I thought, yeah, look, it's happening. I was observing the charts, and I thought, well, they are definitely people are earning money on this. Why am I not? Maybe I'm getting in too late, but like, how can I get earlier? And I would do everything to get in as early as possible. Lost a lot of money. But then obviously, like, you know, with the experience, I learned it is definitely just something that is organized, and to target people that are just new into the game, and yeah, naive thinking, well, I can make all those monies within a few days and retire
Hmm. Yeah, no, that's a good lesson.
straight away.
Lesson. All right. And finally, you know, with respect to the trends in crypto, what is most exciting to you about how crypto is transforming our culture, and where do you feel that things are going for you? And if, yeah.
So, um, I never thought I am going to get so hooked on crypto. I never thought at my age, I'm in late 30s, I'm going to be trading and I'm going to become a crypto investor. I know there is obviously a lot of talks at the minute about crypto being regulated and about mass adoption. But we are definitely years before this will happen. So I would definitely encourage a lot of people who are wondering about it and are still on the sidelines to look into it. It's not as scary. It's not as complicated as complicated as it seems. So it was extremely. I mean, as I went and as I started learning the patterns, how everything works, I couldn't believe how hooked I was getting, and how not even the trading part was getting addictive. It was to learn how it works
Hmm.
and what was happening on the charts. You know, it sometimes looked crazy, but it all made sense. Um, you know, you don't need to get into like really nitty gritty bits to be successful in it. 100% something I would advise on, no matter what age you are. Like I said, I never thought in my age, that's where I'm going to be. And I love it, absolutely love it.
That's fantastic. It's good to hear that you found a new passion, and that
Yes.
passion allows you to make money at the same time. So it's always a plus, you know. But
Yeah, look, there's ways to invest, and there's ways if you feel comfortable and you want to trade, that's the next step. But it's good to just get yourself in a like informed in what it is about, because crypto is going nowhere, and I think people will miss out if they don't get in now. I mean, obviously, there will be probably projects down the line still being developed or coming up early and stuff like that. But it is now, when we look back and think, if we could have bought Bitcoin in 2013, you know,
yeah,
it wasn't that long ago, really. Like when you think about it, you could really, you know, in 5 years' time, instead of putting it into a bank account, I'm not saying stay away completely from the banks, but take a portion of your money, invest it in something that, you know, looks good, it's promising, do your research on it, and then 5 years time, forget about it, look back, and well, you could be a millionaire.
that's true. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much for your time, Marta. We really appreciate your inputs. Your experience is really valuable because, um, you know, at the end of the day, I was also in a very similar situation where someone was like, well, just try it out, you know, with a small amount of money, and see kind of what happens. And yeah, you know, what you'll find is that you start a journey and you can
Yeah.
learn new things.
Yeah. And I think it is important as well not to come into crypto and have this mindset where I have to invest a lot to
Yeah.
make a lot. It isn't like that. You could really put in, like, I don't know, pocket money at the start, and every week, two, three, start throwing in maybe $10, $20. And then within a year, you'll be amazed how much money it could all just come up to together. And it's something, it, if you're thinking about small amounts, it's 100% low risk and 100% worth it. I'm just trying to kind of get all the listeners here, everybody who's on the sidelines, understand that the risk only comes when you're becoming a veteran and you're going into leverage and you are betting all the money you have, and you think, well, if I go in all in and I make put it in on whatever 20%, 20x leverage, 100x leverage, this is what gets you wrecked. But if you have smart approach and smart money, it's gonna make you a lot of money in a long term. We're talking about a few years, which isn't really that long, is
It
it?
isn't that long. Yeah.
No. You know,
So,
3-5 years time, you could be looking at, I don't know, $500,000 in your bank account, you know, from nothing.
well, you put in the time to research it and to monitor it, but it's a seed that you just nurtured, you know, until it grew into a nice tree for you. Yeah, I agree.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. I agree.
I think there's a lot of misconception as well, and I can see the trend where people come in and think, well, it's so quick and so volatile, I'm going to make money here real quick, and they don't look back, they don't zoom out, they don't think, well, you know, it's actually only, I don't know, 2021, we're going in next year, 2022, when it's over, I could be looking at a completely different financial situation. Like, there's no need to rush it. It could make you feel like that when you're in it, but just have this different mindset and different approach. It will make you smart money.
Well, thank you so much. That's really great advice. And I stand behind it as well. Crypto Beach podcast stands behind that advice.
Good.
So without further ado, I think we're going to wrap things up here. But it was a pleasure chatting with you, Marta. You know, I think your story is going to help a lot of people to see a different way of doing things, and hopefully helps them to take advantage of what's going on in these changing times.
Look, it was a pleasure to have you. And obviously, anyone who wants to connect with me and ask me questions, you have my name up on top of the screen there. I'm on Twitter. I've just launched my YouTube channel, so I'm hoping to keep spreading this awareness. This is what my account is about anyway, helping others, slow steps, you know, not making it as scary as it looks. So I'll be only happy to, you know, carry on and answer other questions. And yeah, I'm super happy and honored to be part of your podcast, because I think Ike, you're doing a great job raising this awareness, and all of your listeners are definitely going to benefit from those.
Awesome. I'm going to make sure to share your information in the description so that people can go to your Twitter. They can find you. They can find your YouTube. And yeah, let's just build a community.
Yeah, I'm happy to help. Thanks for having me, guys, again.
No problem. All right. Talk to you.
Take care. Bye.